All right, welcome back to day 5. We have leg day. Got a couple different things that I've got planned for this workout and a couple substitutes, I think mainly in the beginning and at the very end. So instead of doing hack squats, because I don't have a hack squat machine here, I'm gonna do goblet squats. And yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm already warmed up, ready to go. All right, now I'm ready to go. We got 50, and we're going to do 8 to 12 reps and 4 sets. All right. Haven't done goblet squats in a while, but that felt pretty great. Kind of easy, but I think that's good. Getting the volume back in there. Sadly, because I don't have barbells and I don't have a machine and I can only rely on dumbbells, I really got to just go with what my upper body can also hold for the duration of the exercise. So the whole, wow, I'm like out of breath. So um, the whole set of sets, I guess. Uh, Today started off a little bit slow. I went through that whole, it's 8 o'clock. Oh, I didn't really sleep that well. I could just go tomorrow. I'll just do leg day tomorrow. It's fine. I'll be at the better gym. They'll have more machines. No. It's now, I think it's almost like 6:30 p.m. Um, and I got a lot of fuel in me. And yeah, that like nagging feeling of putting it off for a different day, it's gonna come. It's been it's been a problem, I feel like, my entire like fitness journey, the past couple months, almost a year now. And it's funny because when I had that initial feeling of, oh, let's put it off, I luckily also had that like other voice in my head that's like, no, this is what we do now. Like we go to the gym, we train, and we want to train even harder. So there's no days off unless we actually need it. My body is feeling incredible. Um, like I said, I'm very fueled. I tried this like sparkling water caffeine thing that my friend had in the fridge. And I'm usually not a person that likes caffeine. And if I do, I prefer it to be in a tea, like green tea or matcha. And this had caffeine, a derivative from the green tea, which I think my system just prefers. It's just a little less. Um, Usually I just feel like a little antsy or like fidgety or even anxious if I drink like coffee or something like that. So I've been trying to stay away from it. It's also very dehydrating, coffee. So um, it's better that I'm not partaking in any of that. But yeah, I don't know. It felt pretty great. It felt like nothing. It was tastes like water. All right, enough yappa yappa. Second set. Oh, nice. I've been looking into grips, and did some research, and I found that VersaGrips are probably the pair that I'm going to end up buying for, long term, but they're quite expensive. I think the cheapest is like $56, and then it gets to 75, and then it goes almost to like 113. And I'm just like, all right, I mean, as helpful as it would be, it's not going to be helpful to this gym, this current location. But then I also heard about the figure eight grips, strap grips, grip straps, whatever. Um, and those are very inexpensive, something like 13 bucks. So I bought those off of Amazon. And once I actually have access to a gym that has barbells, um, I will be buying the VersaGrips probably within around April. I'll buy them. They're just a little bit out of my budget, and I wasn't planning on spending, you know, 50 bucks or 100 bucks on a pair of like accessories for, weightlifting. But I know that they will help me immensely. Um, One thing that I'm also noticing is my back is a lot stronger than my biceps. And that's cool and everything, but it's actually not. Um, I don't have a muscle imbalance, but I do have this need for every body part to be able to push the same amount of weight. So what I'm going to be focusing on during my pulls and my push days is getting my biceps to be a little bit closer to, the rest of my body, which is going to take me a while. But I think with enough focus and constant repetition, just like anything, and staying consistent, I'm fingers crossing that I'll at least get to be able to lift close to 100. I don't want to be, you know, naive and say, yeah, by like, May, I'll be lifting 100 on both. No, I'm probably not going to be doing that. But I'm hoping that I can get close to that. Somewhere like 40 would be really great because right now I'm not even able to do 20. I can do 20 just, a couple reps, but I can't do 20, um, for a full exercise for a couple of sets. So that's one thing that I'm going to be focusing on is actually progressively overloading um, my biceps. So I think yesterday we started with 15. I did a drop set and then I did 10. And so I think I'm going to try to do 15 my next pull day, maybe just tomorrow. I think tomorrow those are usually been my rest day, Sunday rest day. But we're not doing that anymore. So I can focus my Sundays on just like any of the I don't even know how you say this, any of the like problem areas, any of the areas that I really want to focus on to make sure that, I'm leveling up. But here we go. Third set. I'm gonna do a couple more. Yeah. Woo. All right, that felt good. Oh boy. All right, getting sweaty. Whew. Yeah, that felt good. I might do an extra set. Haven't decided yet, but I feel like I've only got 4 exercises or 5 exercises for this leg day. Also want to do a couple hanging leg raises to fit in some abdominal stuff, some core. Damn, I feel like leg day is the only real day that I actually sweat a lot. I might be lying about that. I think pull does that as well sometimes for me, but leg day always completely wipes me out. And we're, you know, in the season of leaving no reps behind um, from now on, which I'm really excited about. I woke up, I felt a little tender, nothing crazy, mostly in this like, I don't even know what to call this, the weenus. um, but yeah, in that area. But other than that, biceps feel great. Like I could go for another, uh, pull day. It wouldn't feel like wild at all. But it's been a while since I felt like wobbly, super sore from a leg day. There was one day, man, oh man. And I was actually really proud of myself that time. Right when I finished everything at the gym and I went to go take the steps down, oh, I almost wiped out. It's like two different flights of steps. And the first step, I was like, my legs just wobbled. And I just like, yeah. And I was sore for days after. That's when I learned the hard lesson of don't stay stagnant when you're sore. You got to keep your body moving, keep those muscles going so the lactic acid can really flush out of your, muscles. But it was a good experiment. I tried, I think, for 2 days straight, just doing nothing, with my legs. And then I felt even more pain. I mean, like delayed. Oh man, it was not even delayed. It was just muscle soreness. But as soon as I started riding my bike, as soon as I pushed to another leg day, as soon as I started running, went right away. And I was like, okay, that's a great lesson. And also, it's also good to know. Yeah, sometimes you do need to sit back and really recover and let your muscles, you know, reprogram and, re, you know, create those muscle fibers. But if you've noticed, or if you notice, after giving yourself enough time for rest, that it's gotten worse, you got to change up what you're doing for recovery. I'm glad I did try that out so that now I know, hey, it's okay to move your body. Just don't try to push as much as you initially did to get your legs in that place. But you can still use your legs. You can still you know, build muscle while you're recovering. Just do it as a recovering exercise instead of, just going at it again. All right, gonna get a drink of water, and then we're coming back for 2 more sets. Let's do it. I'm gonna go for 20 reps, just like the last one. Oh, yeah. Woo. That feels good. All right. Maybe one more after this. Whew. Whew. All right, that was the last one. We're gonna move on to leg press. All right, back at it. Haven't seen this one in a couple of days, but we're here. We're ready to send it. We're gonna start off 85. This one I still believe I haven't conquered. 160 on the other machine in Planet Fitness. It feels nothing like 160 on this. It's actually kind of a bit disturbing because I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? You know, what muscles am I working out? Whew. All right. We are doing 12 to 15 and 4 sets. Let's do it. Whew. All right. Feels very light. There's actually no part of my muscles that feel like they're really being exercised. So I'm going to get a deeper squat. We're going to go slightly heavier on the weight. And I also want to try something. Putting the elevated plates under my feet here to see if that will help engage more of my quads. Because I'm not really feeling strong engagement there. I miss the drums. I don't think you trust. I'm gonna go 100. Push this to 7. 7, 5, and 3. My favorite numbers, and then 21. All right, I think this is definitely gonna work. Don't try. Don't try this at home. All right. Sheesh. Yeah, that feels great. 16 for good measure. Yeah, feels much better. It's the first time in a long time I'm not tracking my workout on the Storm app, or sorry, Strong app. I'm also not tracking my rest. Um, but I'm just trying to listen to my body. Also, don't have my watch on, and I'm hoping that it actually serves me well. I think sometimes when you're tracking everything so analytically and methodically, it's easy to rely on those for like data points, and it's great. It's great to keep track of everything. But I feel like every once in a while, especially if I'm trying to push and exert and really push past a limit that's just in my own head, then it's a lot easier to do that if I'm just having to just focus and rely on my body rather than like my heart rate here, the amount of minutes on the rest thing, how many sets I've done previously. It can get a little distracting, and especially on a day like this where I really want to push. I think it's nice to keep things really simple, and really understand how much energy I'm exerting through just what it feels like in my body. It doesn't mean that I'm going to do this every time, but I think every once in a while, maybe like bi-weekly, something. It doesn't even have to be like something I'm scheduling. I just happen to not put my watch on. I happen to not open up the Strong app, just happened to have gone into it and just started. And I was like, all right, feels kind of good. Feels nice, light. Let's see what we've got going. Also, the first time in a while I'm listening to music while I'm working out, and it's pretty chill. I don't know the last time I did this. I'm usually either listening to a podcast or listening to those motivational things, which really serve me well. But I've noticed that when I listen to podcasts, I don't even focus on the podcast, it's just sound. Um, and it's kind of the same with the music, but I'm listening to heavy metal right now, and it's really helping me to, push for leg day. All right. Let's give it a couple of seconds. I think I'm ready to go. All right. Do we just go a little heavier? It feels slightly easy. We did do 160, you know, whether it was this machine, the Planet Fitness machine, 150 was pushed with these legs. So I feel like just going 100 when I said I'm going to try to push feels a little comical. Whew. Let's do it. Something about that, like the breathing, made me feel like I was like in the stirrups from when you're giving birth. Maybe one day. There we go. I lost count. Just gonna do 3 more just for good measure. Yeah. Woo. Nice. Ah. Ah, ah, nice. Yeah, that feels great. I think it was a good idea to add these into this. Um, I did find lifting shoes. They are expensive, but they're like the best on the market, especially for the price. Um, and they're like an Asian brand. I can't really remember the name. Let me just look it up. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'll put it on the screen. But great reviews. A wide range of different type of lifters wear them. I feel like they come in a bunch of different colorways. So although I'm not really a huge fan of the way that most of these lifting shoes look, um, I want a pair that does a couple of things. They have a wide toe box. They are stiff throughout and don't have much flexibility in the toe area. I noticed that I really like shoes with structure and that feels solid to the ground. Actually, my friend's shoes that I'm wearing right now are tennis shoes, like for actual playing tennis. And one thing that I love about tennis shoes is that there's no like toe lip spillage. They really like secure your foot. They feel really locked in. Um, Rolling your ankle feels close to like you have to do it intentionally almost, or you just have to be a little negligent. Yeah. But it just feels very structured and the maybe you don't have to be negligent, but you just have to not be paying attention too much. Accidents happen. I'm not going to judge you for it. But and it seems like after I reviewed a couple of these um, different reviews for these shoes, it sounded like these ones might be the best bet for what I need. And they're going to be my first shoe, so I want them to last a while. But when I'm looking at the price, 230 now. I mean, if I'm not even going to drop 75 for a couple of straps, which makes sense. I mean, they're like literally like, but they are going to help. And if I'm going to be dedicating hours of my life to this practice, I think it's only, reasonable that I'm also willing to drop a couple, couple hundred. And it's really just 300, altogether for my set up so that I can go to any gym and just be ready to go. And it's kind of like you buy them once and they should last at least 5 years, uh, use correctly. But until then, oh, I see a couple of here. There, this one's just 200, but it's like the colorway. I'm not. This colorway actually looks kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of Mulan. Put them on the screen. They look pretty dope. I don't know that I'm gonna ever wear those. The specific the specific colorway. But if I did, I'm a Mulan fan. I've got like, oh, I can't show you, but I got, now all of China knows you're here, right here. I'm like, I mean, not the exact person, but something similar. Well, that's what it's supposed to represent. And then I've got Mushu right here. Mulan fan. Love Mulan. I used to rewind that VCH, way too many times and rewatch it, within the same hour, within the same day, probably 3 times in a day. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait until probably late April, early May, buy all of these pieces, and then really be sending it. I mean, the gym is not ready for me. None of the gyms on this entire planet is ready for me when I have my gear. Not that gear. this this stuff. I will be staying au natural for the foreseeable future. All right, enough yappa yappa. Sometimes I really get off on a tangent here, but we're gonna get into it. I think that was my second, so this is gonna be my third set, and we got one more after this. This day is flying by. One thing I love about the gym is really when you get into it, you know, you're just like, whoa, sun's going down. It's about to be dinner time. We are at 1:15. Now we are at 1:30. Let's go for it. Oh, come on. Kind of wish I had like tape. Oh, I just want them to be a little lined up. There we go. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Nice. Ah. Just take the pressure off my legs real quick. They were just held up there for a second. All right, let's send it. Yeah. Yeah. Last one. Woo. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that last set rushed to my head. Oh man. Whew. I feel like I wasn't even really breathing. Whew. Feels good though. Feels very, very good. All right. 7:07. We've got hamstring curls after this. I think these are seated curls. Yeah, seated leg curls over there. There is okay, I actually can do curls with the cables. I saw that done and I was very impressed. It's something I haven't tried, so I might as well just give that a shot because I don't believe this one can really replicate exactly what I'm trying to do with the hamstring curls, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I think laying curls might be the way to go. This machine can do it. I could try both. I just think, honestly, I think it depends on, let's see. So the machine goes like this. So it is very similar to what I would get with the cables. I mean, it's less setup for me. I might just try the machine. It depends on how far back it can let me go. If it lets me get close to a 40-degree angle, I'll definitely do it. If not, we might just settle for the cables. Ooh, it is not getting any later. Okay. All right, let's do the next one. Hamstring curls. Damn. All right, single leg. Whew. Whew. All right. Feels good. All right. I like this machine. This feels pretty great. I think we can go a little heavier. So we're gonna do 40. Just this is our third set. Oh. Whew. Oh man. Oh wow. Oh man. It's no joke. But this is our last set. Okay. Walking lunges.